Hello world, Skinny Trucker here. I'm going to do a little bit different video than what I've normally done. I'm going to show everybody how to make homemade syrup. This is a very simple recipe to make, and I think you'll like it. All you'll need is regular brown sugar, and the recipe that I use calls for 1 pound of ground sugar. So this is a 2-pound bag. I'm just going to split it in half. Put all your brown sugar in your pan. And then you take 1 cup of water. Pour that right in there. Once you've added your water, you'll set your timer for 5 minutes. And you want to literally stand over the water and the brown sugar inside here and stir on very low heat. You can see here I have ours set between 3 and 4. It's not very high heat. I may even have it up a little too high. You can maybe even do it between 3 and 2, or maybe even simmer. But this is basically all you have to do for 5 minutes. You can let it stand for a minute or two, but you really don't want to let it sit for too long because it'll mess everything up. This is the simplest recipe I've ever found for making syrup. And I learned this recipe actually literally on the back of a brown sugar package. And it's very, very simple, very cheap way to make syrup. You really save yourself a lot of money by doing this. And you just keep stirring. Looking better, different. If you haven't noticed yet, I have a new iPhone 4 I'm shooting this video with. Yes, I'm bragging a little bit. My son is shooting this video and he gets tired of me bragging about this phone, but we're still experimenting a lot. So if you saw that the angle changed from the lens, that's because we turned the camcorder sideways, and that changed the landscape version of the viewing. About 3 more minutes left. Photoshop pan. Photoshop pan. See what it looks like inside. You can see what it looks like inside there now. Just becomes really liquidy. And this syrup does taste very good. I've spoken to a few other people about cooking this, and others have recommended that I add Karo syrup and butter to it, and any number of things you can add to it. It just depends on what you like. Matter of fact, I'm going to add a little bit of butter to it to give it that Miss Butterworth flavor. If I hurry up, I can get it in there. Not too much. As you can see, that's just regular Country Crock butter that I'm using there. Nothing special. Now hopefully this will melt in time. I hope I didn't wait too late to add it. If not, I can keep it on the stove. It's no big deal. I don't think this stuff will burn. You just don't want to cook it too high heat. You don't want to cook it too fast. This is a slow cooker. Got about 45 seconds left of stirring here. I think we may have gotten our butter in just in time. If we would have waited a minute longer, we would have been out of luck. I wish I'd have thought about adding that at the beginning. Last recipe of this syrup I made, I did not add butter to it, so this is kind of new to me also. You can add butter or leave butter out, it doesn't really matter. It's all the same. Just depends on whether you want the flavor in that or not. And there's our 5-minute timer. I'm going to stir for another second or two there just to make sure that butter's good in there. I'm thinking that ought to be pretty good. This is really good if you make it first thing in the morning right before you make your pancakes because it's still hot. But I don't have that luxury. I've got to make it tonight before I go to work, and then my kids can have it in the morning for their pancakes. And we're going to take that off there and put it into our mason jars. As you can see, I've got a funnel here with a mason jar. I had to borrow the funnel from my nice neighbor. And just fill that right up. And pour the rest in the other jar right next to it. Had I been better prepared, I would have that right next to it already, but I wasn't. And no problem, we'll fill that one up in the next batch. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Homemade syrup, cheap and easy. Skinny Trucker, out.